My friends, today I want to share some important news that affects so many of you who depend on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits. I know that for most seniors, these checks are not just numbers on a page. They are the money you count on to pay your bills, buy groceries, cover medical needs, and keep your home running. You may have already heard that benefits are going up, but I also know the questions you really care about. How much will it be? When will it show up in your bank account? And what does this mean for your budget moving forward? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video, step by step, in simple terms. I want you to feel confident and clear about what's happening because you've earned every penny of these increases through years of hard work and contribution. And before we dive in, I'd love for you to tell me in the comments, what state are you watching from today? Why your benefits are increasing. Every year, the government reviews how much everyday prices have gone up. This review is called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. It is meant to make sure seniors and people with disabilities do not fall behind as the cost of food, gas, housing, and healthcare continues to rise. Without COLA, the value of your benefits would shrink over time, and it would become harder to cover basic needs. The way COLA is calculated is through something called the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, often shortened to CPIW. While the name sounds complicated, it simply measures how much common goods and services cost compared to the previous year. If prices are higher, Social Security benefits go up by the same percentage. This adjustment applies to Social Security retirement, SSDI, SSI, and VA benefits, so no one is left out. The important thing to know is that once a COLA increase is added, it becomes permanent. It is not a one-time bonus. Every new increase builds on the last one, so over time, these changes can add up to thousands of extra dollars in lifetime benefits. For example, if you receive $1,500 a month and COLA is 3%, your new payment becomes $1,545. That extra $45 per month adds up to $540 a year, and future COLAs will be calculated on this higher amount, not the old one. Now, many seniors feel these increases don't always match real expenses, especially when it comes to medical costs, but they are still a key protection against inflation. Understanding COLA helps you plan your budget better and gives you peace of mind knowing your benefits are designed to keep up with the rising cost of living. 2. Social Security retirement benefits. For many seniors, Social Security retirement is the main source of income each month. On average, a retiree gets about $1,900 per month, but the amount depends on how much you earned during your working years and when you started collecting. This is why the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA, is so important. Instead of giving everyone the same raise, COLA is based on a percentage. That means the bigger your monthly check, the bigger the dollar increase you will see. For example, if your monthly check is $1,900, a 3% COLA will add about $57 each month. That's around $700 more over a year. If your benefit is $2,500, the same adjustment would add about $75 per month, or almost $900 more for the year. For couples, both checks rise, so the increase helps the household even more. Some people worry that if they work part-time or get income from a pension, their COLA increase might be reduced. The truth is, it won't. COLA applies equally to everyone. Another important point is survivor benefits. If both spouses are receiving Social Security, both checks increase. And if one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse continues to receive the higher adjusted amount, which gives extra security. Even if the increase feels small, maybe $50 or $70, it still makes a difference. Over the years, these increases add up to thousands of dollars. That extra money helps with groceries, medical bills, housing, or other daily costs. COLA gives seniors a little more breathing room and ensures retirement income keeps pace with the rising cost of living. 3. Social Security Disability Insurance, also called SSDI. Many people watching may not be retired yet but are receiving Social Security Disability Insurance. The good news is that SSDI payments go up with COLA in the same way retirement checks do. Whatever percentage increase retirees receive, SSDI recipients receive too. This means you are not left out. This matters because living with a disability often comes with higher expenses. Medical visits, prescription drugs, special equipment, and even travel to appointments can take a big part of your budget. Even a small increase in your monthly check can help. For example, if you receive $1,300 a month, a 3% COLA will add about $41 more each month, which is nearly $500 extra in a year. If your check is $1,800, the same increase would give you about $58 more per month, or close to $900 more for the year. These numbers may not sound large, but they can cover a prescription refill, pay for a ride to the doctor, or help with groceries. That makes a real difference when you are living on a fixed income. Another important detail is that if your spouse or children receive benefits based on your SSDI record, their checks will also rise with COLA. Just like retirement benefits, each SSDI increase becomes part of your new base. That means future raises will be added on top of it, giving you more over time. For people on SSDI, every dollar truly counts. These yearly increases are not gifts, they are benefits you earned and deserve, and they are meant to protect your dignity, independence, and stability as the cost of living rises. 4. Supplemental Security Income, SSI. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, is different from retirement or disability benefits. It is a needs-based program for people who have very little income and few resources. For many seniors, SSI is not just extra help, it is their main support for daily living. That's why even small increases are so important. Right now, the maximum federal SSI payment is $914 per month for an individual and $1,371 for a couple. These amounts are already very modest, especially with today's higher prices for rent, food, and health care. When COLA is added, these payments go up a little. For example, with a 3% COLA, an individual would get about $27 more each month, while a couple would receive around $40 extra. For someone not living on SSI, $20 or $30 might not seem like much, but for seniors who depend on it, that amount can mean having enough groceries, keeping the lights on, paying a phone bill, or having a small cushion for emergencies. It can mean stability and peace of mind. One thing to remember is that since SSI is based on income, an increase in your check may affect other programs like Medicaid, SNAP, or housing assistance. Because your income technically goes up, you might receive notices about changes. Don't panic. Many states have rules to protect you so you don't lose benefits over a small COLA raise. The key is to read all mail carefully, check your accounts, and act quickly if something looks wrong. Even if the increases look small, they are permanent. Every year, COLA builds on the last adjustment. Over time, these increases help protect seniors who depend on SSI from falling further behind as costs keep rising. 5. Veterans Affairs Benefits. Many veterans and their families don't realize that VA benefits are directly tied to the Social Security COLA increase. This means that if Social Security announces a raise, VA disability payments and survivor benefits also go up by the same percentage. You don't need to file any forms or make a request. It happens automatically. For example, a veteran rated at 100% disability who receives around $3,700 per month would see about $118 more each month with a 3% COLA. That adds up to more than $1,400 extra over the year. Even if your disability rating is lower, such as 40% or 50%, your monthly benefit still rises by the same percentage. While the dollar amount will be smaller, the protection is the same. Your benefits keep up with inflation so you don't fall behind. This adjustment also applies to dependency and indemnity compensation, which is the benefit paid to surviving spouses or children of veterans. For widows, widowers, and dependents, these increases can help cover essentials like property taxes, groceries, or medical costs. These yearly raises may not solve every financial challenge veterans face, but they do provide real relief and stability. They can ease stress, help keep bills current, and show that the service and sacrifice of veterans and their families are honored. And just like Social Security and SSDI, each increase is permanent. Over time, they add up to thousands of dollars that protect your income and dignity. If you are a veteran or a family member receiving VA benefits, know that you are included in these adjustments. The goal is to make sure your financial security is not left behind as the cost of living continues to rise. 6. When you will see the increase. One of the biggest questions seniors ask is, when will I actually see the extra money in my account? It's an important question because knowing the timing helps you plan your budget and avoid unnecessary worry. Here's how it works. The Social Security Administration announces the COLA increase in the fall, usually in October. But the new higher payments don't start right away. They begin with the January checks of the following year. So if you look at your December payment, it will still be the old amount. The increase starts in January. Payment dates depend on your birthday. If your birthday falls between the 1st and 10th, you'll be paid on the 2nd Wednesday of the month. If it's between the 11th and 20th, you'll be paid on the 3rd Wednesday. And if it's between the 21st and the 31st, your payment arrives on the 4th Wednesday. That means some people will see their new amount early in January, while others may need to wait until later in the month. For SSI recipients, the schedule is different. SSI checks are usually deposited on the 1st of each month, but if the 1st is a weekend or holiday, the payment comes on the last business day before that. This means some people see their January COLA increase a little early, in late December. It's not an extra check, just the January payment arriving ahead of schedule. For veterans receiving VA benefits, payments usually arrive at the start of the month. That means your January deposit will already include the COLA increase. The key point is this: don't worry if your December check doesn't change. That's normal. The new amount begins in January. To be sure, you can log in to your My Social Security account or va.gov account where you'll see the updated payment amount and exact date. 7. What you should do now. Your benefits are going up, and while the increase may look small, it can still make a difference if you use it wisely. The first step is to know your exact new amount. Log into your My Social Security account or va.gov if you are a veteran. These sites will show you the updated figure and the date you'll receive it. Next, think about where the extra money should go. Even $50 or $70 a month can help if you plan ahead. Decide now whether it will cover groceries, medicine, utility bills, or be set aside for emergencies. When you give the money a purpose, it stretches further. Also, keep an eye on mail or notices you receive. If you get support from Medicaid, SNAP, or housing programs, your COLA increase may affect your reported income. Most states protect seniors from losing benefits over small changes, but if you see something that doesn't look right, respond quickly. Finally, don't forget about taxes. Some people may owe more if their total income rises above certain limits. A short conversation with a tax preparer can save you from surprise bills later in the year. Remember, each COLA increase is permanent. Over time, these small raises stack up and become thousands of dollars extra. The key is to stay alert, make a plan, and let the money strengthen your security. You worked hard for these benefits. Using them wisely helps protect your future. Friends, the increase in your benefits is not just about numbers. It's about giving you a little more security and peace of mind each month. You worked hard for these benefits, and this adjustment is your right. Even if the raise looks small, it can still make a real difference in daily life, helping with food, bills, or health care. Remember, what matters is not only the money itself, but the stability it brings. These benefits are here to support your independence and protect your dignity. I'd love to know, how will this increase help you personally? Will it ease the pressure on your monthly bills, cover medical costs, or maybe allow you a small comfort? Share your answer in the comments. Your story could encourage someone else in our community.